Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. I did say that this video was going to be uploaded yesterday, but a lot of shit happened leading up to this video where I couldn't actually do it. This is my July-August collection update video. There's not as many as recently, 2 videos previously bought, but there is still quite a few. Some of the things that I've had before that I've bought back, some things that I just bought because I had a little bit of money to spend and I thought I'd pick them up, and also some other things was just because of, yeah, they were there. Anyway, let's get started. I've got a couple of 3D films to show and a couple of standard Blu-rays and even some DVDs. I'm starting to buy some DVDs again. Well, let's get into the 3D films. So let me just get those right. You're patient, people. You can wait. Yeah, anyway, right, so let's start off with this. And they're not in order. They're not in the order I've bought them from July to August. They're just in a pile at the moment. So I've got 5 3D films that I bought recently. One is a repurchase of Alice in Wonderland 3D. Like I said in, I can't remember if it was the last video or the video before, I said that there was this thing that happened a couple of months back or nearly a year back where I wasn't myself and I sold a lot of my stuff and I've had to start rebuying. This is one of the ones I've had to rebuy. It's a great 3D film, a great film in general. I haven't seen the second one. I know the second one's going to be coming out on 3D Blu-ray at some point in the future. I don't know, I didn't like the look of the trailer, but I'm willing to give it a shot anyway. If you guys have seen it and you liked it, please put down in the comments below if you did like it and if you think I should buy it on 3D Blu-ray when it does get released. So that's Alice in Wonderland anyway. The next one is one I've done my video review and unboxing of recently, and that is The Jungle Book 3D. Yeah, this is kind of a funny story. Jungle Book 3D, I gave I think it was a B+ I gave, because it was a great story, it stick to the original but also had its differences, and good quality picture and animation, but the 3D was lacking in. Yeah, I kind of looked at my setup the other day, and I realised that in my 3D Blu-ray player was a HDMI cable. Now, I noticed that something looked wrong. And when I looked at the back of my player, I realised it was just a standard HDMI cable that was in the back. And I spent like £15 on a high-speed 3D HDMI cable, which doesn't always improve 3D films, but does improve them depending on the movie. So I plugged that in and I thought I'd put this one back in and I'll give it a bit of a look. And stupidly enough, yeah, with this specific film, it did actually look a lot better. And I think it's because it's new 3D, it does need the high-speed cable. So the 3D now is much more noticeable. So I'm probably going to do what I said I was going to do. That if the 3D was good to this in the end, in the future, I probably would bump it up to an A. So I think I'm going to have to give this one an A now. So this is, yeah, this did definitely look a lot better. The next one I bought, I had before, and the 3D is still terrible. Even with the high-speed cable, it isn't noticeable, but they didn't have the standard version in, and I got a bit depressed. So I thought I'd pick up the 3D one because it goes along with the second film I'm about to show you, and it is Man of Steel. Now, this isn't the best Superman movie to ever exist, and it definitely beats Superman Returns, but it does lead to Batman v Superman. And, you know, I know the stories anyway, but if I end up doing a Marvel and DC marathon in the future at some point, it's best to have this one now still anyway, where I can watch it before Batman vs Superman, so it does still link. I'm probably only going to end up watching the 2D version of this, because the 3D version, like I said, doesn't have good 3D in general. But, you know, it matches spine-wise to Batman vs Superman, so it looks good on the shelf and for a design way. But it was really cheap, and I had a bit of like money to spare, so I thought I'd pick that one up again. Next up is one that I picked up at the beginning of this month. I think, yeah, beginning of this month. It was like 1st of August, so exactly a month ago, and it was Batman vs Superman 3D. And everyone already knows what I've said about this. I gave the film a B because the film itself was still very bad, but the 3D made the film much more watchable for me. So yeah, I'm still happy to own that one. Last 3D Blu-ray I picked up, I've not seen this in 3D before. I've only seen the 2D on DVD. Thought I'd give it a look. Now, it's the same as Man of Steel, unfortunately. it's also not really that noticeable. There's a couple of scenes where you get a bit of like, ooh, but that's it. And that is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters 3D. This was also cheap. It was on the same day I bought Man of Steel. I just couldn't find anything else to buy. And I do like the Percy Jackson movies. I haven't got the first on Blu-ray yet. But I do prefer the first one, but this one was okay. I wish I had left this now in a way and just waited to get them both on normal Blu-ray. But it's here. This probably will be going to the wealth section at some point in the future, but it's there for now. Right, next up is standard Blu-rays. I've got, I think, 1, 2, 6 of these, so there's one more than the 3D films. I was going to get the whole box set of these next films, but I thought to myself that there's no point getting the box set because I like my collection to look big, so I thought I'd buy them all separately. And this was only, I think it was like £1 or £2 from my local DVD store, which is Pirates of the Caribbean and The Curse of the Black Pearl. Great film. It's probably the best Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's what started the whole franchise of movies off in anyway. And it looks phenomenal on Blu-ray. The picture quality is good. Even the sound is, with DVD, the sound's usually much louder than the film, whereas this is definitely like leveled, which just makes it perfect. I'm really happy to own this. So yeah, so I've got that now. Next up is a film that I went to our local Poundland with my mate, and I saw this film in there and I didn't want to get it. I've heard things about it and I kept saying to myself, don't get it, it looks rubbish, And he was like, oh, trust me, it is a great film. So I picked it up anyway, and I haven't watched it yet. And when I do, I probably will do a review on it, depending on what everyone wants to see. Right? And it's Beautiful Creatures. Now, if anyone's seen this and thinks this is good, please put down in the comments below whether I should watch it or not, and whether or not you'd like to see a review on it. But yeah, I've not seen it. I've only just bought it the other day because it was in Poundland. So yeah, we've got that now. Next up is a film that my missus got me. I didn't know she was going to get this, and she went out with her family for a day, and I was sitting with my father-in-law, and we were just talking and whatnot, and basically she come back and she goes, I've got a present for you. Looked in the bag, and it's a film that I've wanted to see for so long, and I really can't wait to do a review on it, because this film messed with my head, and it's confusing but good in the same way, so I definitely want to do a review about this, and this is Birdman with Michael Keaton. Oh my god, I'm so glad I've got this now. Watched it, loved it, but also kind of hate it at the same time. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. It's one of the weirdest but awesome films to watch. Next up is also another film that I really love, and if you haven't guessed by now, or haven't guessed by previous, I love dragons. Dragons are my most favourite creatures in the world. I know they apparently don't exist, but to me, I want to believe it because dragons are the most cutest fucking animals to exist in this world. So anything dragon-based, I love. And this was a film that I love because it's got two things I love, which is blue and dragons, and it is Eragon. A lot of people hated on this movie. I freaking love it. I love it. It is an awesome film. And when I watch it, I don't know what it is, but it makes me so involved. I don't know why, but I get so involved in this. So yeah, I'm definitely glad I own that now as well. These next two aren't related at all, but they're both basically all from Poundland. I should have shown all the Poundland movies together, really, shouldn't I? I should have shown Beautiful Creatures with these. But basically, both these next movies were in Poundland, so I'm just going to show you what they were separately anyway. I'll show you this one first. This one's Men in Black 3. I want to see this in 3D, because apparently the 3D's really good, but, you know, the 3D's like £3 or £4 at the moment. I came across this £1, I was like, okay, well, I'll just get this then. I've seen it, I like it, it's not as good as the first two, but it's still an okay film. Next up is most surprising. It's the most surprising one I found in Poundland. I never thought I'd see it in Poundland, so I'm kind of glad that I did, because now I am 1/3, I think it's 1/3 away from completing a set. I don't know. Anyway, it's the Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings 1, and it's the extended edition, 2-disc edition, and I was like, okay, don't usually see this in Poundland, so I picked it up. All Poundland movies are brand new sealed for some strange ass reason. They're all brand new sealed. So to find this in there was a bit of a surprise. And I'm so glad that I do definitely own it now. Yeah, so that's the 3D Blu-rays and the Blu-rays all dealt with. Now there's a couple of DVDs. 3 of these DVDs are mine. The ones underneath are what my missus bought and what I bought for my missus. But she said I can add them to the video anyway to make the video a bit more exciting anyway. So if you like to see something new that we've added, because eventually we're going to share shelves anyway. She keeps her little piles to herself because she likes having her own. But we're going to add them all to one big shelf anyway. But let's just get started with there's 2 films and then 2 series. So one film is... I wanted to put this clear. I done something that I don't like doing. I saw the second film to this one first. And I don't like doing that, but I had no choice. Where I was, we watched it, and I loved it. And I couldn't stop laughing throughout the whole thing. It became one of my most favourite comedies of all time. And I said, you know what, I've always put off watching the first one of these, so I thought I'd eventually go and watch it. Pardon me. And it is My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Oh my god, these 2 movies are absolutely hilarious. I didn't think they'd be funny at all, but they are amazing. The comedy, the drama, and everything is perfect about them. They're definitely my top comedy films like of all time. They're definitely on the 3rd and 4th list. So I'm happy I own that now. The next one is another film that I watched many years ago as a kid. I haven't seen it for so many years. But it was a really funny film, and it's kind of sad because even though it's not really based on a true story, it's still based on a thing that kind of was true. And that side really pisses me off. But it's a funny film because it's got 2 comedians in it who make a dark situation funny. And it is Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Great comedy for such a sad kind of story. If you haven't seen this, I suggest you do. It's actually a really good film. If you have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a really sad story, but they've made so much comedy from it. So it's good to have that kind of thing. Right, the first series I'm going to show you is the one that's partially owned between both of us. And the next one's the one that I bought myself yesterday. So this one is Big Bang Theory. I know a lot of people aren't fans of it, but it is a very funny show, purely for the fact that it's comic nerds, scientist kind of guys that have the same kind of sense of humor complex as me. Like, since getting my sofa about 2 years ago, and I've never watched Big Bang Theory before. Like, when it first started coming out, I avoided Big Bang Theory because it looked like a silly show. But when I got my sofa for my room 2 years ago, my movie sofa, I had this thing where I have to sit on the reclining side, because there's 2 sides. There's a reclining side and a non-reclining side, which sounds stupid, I know. But the sofa we was getting cheap anyway. So that's become my side, that's become my spot. And I don't like anyone else sitting there, not even my missus. She's not allowed to sit there, nor friends when they come over. I'm very dedicated to my spot. And then I watch this and I realise that Sheldon has his spot. And it's for similar reasons. Like, my spot is exactly about, I think, 100 inches away from my TV. And my TV's 3D and it's passive, so you have to have that right angle. And it's the perfect angle where you don't get ghosting, but nor do you get glare from the window. And so seeing that he has similar things made me really enjoy this show. Yeah, so we've got seasons 1 to 5 at the moment. I know there's 9 seasons currently, and apparently there's a 10th. I've not heard of a 10th being made, but I've been told there's meant to be a 10th. So yeah, we're hoping to get the other 4 seasons, and when this 10th season comes out, we're going to watch it and get it. So we're looking forward to that. And the next series, I've only got season 1 of this because it was £1 in a local shop, and I want to get the other seasons because I really love this season. Wow. I'm going to take a break for a second, because I've noticed that I've been talking really fast through this video. I apologise. It's been a very long day, and I've been meaning to do this video all day, and it's currently like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, do you know what? I've been awake since, I think, 6 this morning, and I've not done the video all day. Sorry, I've been playing too much Pokemon Go. Losing weight. One of the things I'm trying to do is play Pokemon Go because it gets me out of the house. So, I'm sorry I haven't done the video properly today. I'm going to take it a bit slow for this last one. It makes sense. I should have taken it slow before. But anyway, this last season I'm going to show you that I bought recently for the ending of this video is Warehouse 13 Season 1. Now, if you haven't seen this, just go check out the first episode. It does take about 2 episodes to actually get into liking it, but it's a great, great show. It's everything that a show needs. It's comedy, drama, sci-fi, mystery, adventure. It's just everything in one series. Even horror at some point in these series. Now, I think there is currently 5 series of Warehouse 13. Yeah, there's about 5. I've only got one because that was the only one they had. But I'm planning on getting the ones in the future because I do enjoy this, and I never got to see the last one, so I'm hoping to get them soon. But yeah, this is basically what I've bought and what my partner and my missus have bought like throughout these past 2 months. Unfortunately, September seems extremely slim, as I've said already. There's only really one film coming out in September that's worth picking up. If there's any more, please put down below films that are coming out in September that you know of that you think I might enjoy. It's just at the moment there's only one, and it's coming out Monday, and I'm getting it no matter what. October, though, ladies and gentlemen, October is going to be the most packed out day for 3D, well, month, sorry, not day. I'm going to have a little thing under here saying idiot, right? But the point is, yeah, October is going to be a very busy month. There are so many brilliant movies coming out on 3D that I cannot wait to purchase and explore. Also, it's not getting anywhere, but I do have a gaming channel. It's not as it is this one. That one seems to be very slow. But I am picking up the BioShock Remastered Collection for PS4 on the 16th of September. So I am going to be doing that. I activated a Twitch account, so I probably will start streaming. I don't know whether I will. I'm just saying I might. So if you're into games as well as movies and you're watching these videos, I will eventually put something in this channel about my other gaming channel. But yeah, this one's basically just about movies, so I'm not going to put any gaming related stuff on this one. Just giving a little bit of a notice on the end of this video. But anyway, thank you guys for your support so much. I've been seeing my numbers increase on my views for my videos recently, and I'm still wowed by it. I mean, the other day, I think it was like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, when I done my Jungle Book review, I said like, wow. I was shocked that within a week it boosted up to 300 views, which it did. It went from like 12 views in an hour to 300 in a week. So that was really, really, really good. But I checked today, and my video is currently just over 400 views. So that's an extra 100 views in 2 or 3 days. So guys, thank you so much for that. If you like my channel, and if you like the things that I review or talk about, or films that I pick up, please subscribe to this channel for future videos. And don't forget to strike the like, and I will see you next time. Thank you, YouTube.